Hello, Sagittarius. I'm Claire Louise here from BeHealing.com, and this is a special bonus read for you. It's a next steps reading, your next steps reading. So I'm going to go into what your next 3 steps are. So it's what's required of you, your next action steps, whether that's inner action or whether it's external action in the physical world. It's going into what's required of you next so that you can move toward those dreams and get what it is that you want in your life. And the reason that I'm doing these bonus reads, Sagittarius, is that I've got a half price reading sale this weekend, so it's already on as you're watching this, and it's on my Your Next Steps read, one of my most popular readings, in fact. I started a few months ago for these half price sales, and people are absolutely loving it. They're popular when they're full price as well, and so you'll definitely want to book in for one of these. Sagittarius. And so this weekend, they're 3 pages long. I get them out. I get all of my readings out within 24 hours of you booking them. I'll pop a link for it up there. There's also a link for it in the description box below, and you can find the link on my website, behealing.com, as well, if you're not seeing the links on YouTube, which I know a few people aren't. And so this weekend, it's 75 Australian dollars instead of 150, which is about 50 American dollars. So amazing bargain this weekend in that. I've also got a competition going on at the moment, Sagittarius. No one's guessed right yet, but if you can guess the amount of cards that is in this bag, I do all my readings with these little cards. Create. If you can guess how many are in this bag, then you'll be able to win a reading with me, a private reading with me, a guidance reading. And so to enter into that, all you need to do is to be a subscriber to my YouTube channel, click like on this video, and then in your comments, after you've watched this reading, just tell me how you resonate with it and what you got out of it. Just leave your guess in there. So just one guess per video. I upload lots of videos throughout the week, lots of readings, and so you can guess as many times as you like just by looking at the rest of my videos. So good luck with winning that. What else? Oh yeah, let's go into your 3 steps then, your next 3 steps. I've also got a deeper dive read available as well. So this is a general read for you, Sagittarius, this video. If it's resonating with you, then there's a deeper dive read that goes with this, and it's just $10. So it's just like a private reading, but it's one that I'm going to do straight away after I've recorded this. It's going to go into these 3 steps deeper than I'm doing in this video reading, and then add another 2 steps onto it as well. So if you're jiving with this, then you're going to want to book in for that, because it makes it a lot more affordable than my private readings. And so it's just $10 Australian dollars, which is about 7 or 8 American. Cheap. So what is it? Step 1 for you. Let's have a look, Sagittarius. Oh, look at this. How interesting. We've got move away and meditate, move away from meditation. Why is that, Sagittarius? Because you're stuck in the spiritual. You're stuck wishing. You're stuck trying to manifest things. You're stuck in non-action. You're stuck in the spiritual instead of marrying the spiritual with the material. This is a call for you to get more in the material world, to put some skin in the game, to actually take some action. We can't just wish our lives, you know. Some law of attraction teachers say that, right? No, all you need to do is meditate and just wish and wish and wish, and then it'll just appear. Well, it won't. It won't, because you're here to live life. If you wanted to do that stuff, you would have stayed in spirit form and just like magicked up planets and stuff. But you haven't. You've come into a human body because you want to actually live this experience in this 3D world and in this material world, and actually put it into practice and do this stuff. And here's the thing, Sagittarius, is that when you put some skin in the game, when you actually start moving towards something, when you actually start doing something, then the universe gets on board too. But while you're just wishing for it, while you're wanting something to sort itself out, when you want the universe to take the first step, it won't. It won't ever take the first step. It's requiring you to take that first step. And so this, Sagittarius, is saying your first step is to move away from that wishful thinking, law of attraction, writing your goals down, but then never taking any action toward it. You're the one that's going to do something. Let me tell you a story. You're the one that's going to do it. I'll tell you a story of what happened during this this lockdown for me. So I'd maxed my credit card out for years, maybe 4 years. My credit card was maxed out. I did a course. I did a business course with it, which was really expensive. And then I put other things onto it. And instead of paying it off, I was just kind of waiting for some big payment to come in, or my business to suddenly have some big leap to be able to pay it off. And so it racked up anyway. And so this debt, credit card, had been maxed out for a few years. And so we came to lockdown, and I'd been feeling bad about my credit card. debt. And when it came to lockdown, I thought, right, during lockdown, I'm going to pay my credit card off. I was just so determined. I'm like, it's making me feel bad having this debt. I'm going to clear it. I'm going to pay it off. Lockdown being the perfect time to do it because, not able to socialize, not able to do other things, not able to work out, all those other things that I do and fill my life up with. I'm like, I'm just going to work, pay off my credit card. I decided that I was going to do it, right? And that made all the difference. So I started working harder, putting things into practice, getting more customers, all of that. And then suddenly the universe got on board with it and then made it really easy. And my credit card was paid off so fast. And then I said to my friends, well, once I'd paid it off, I was telling them, it's awesome, I've paid it off. I finally paid it off. After all these few years that it's been maxed out, I paid it off. And who'd have thought it? I had to do it myself. I'd been putting it down on my wish list, on my goal list, and it hadn't been happening. I was just, I don't know, I was expecting for that full amount to be put in or for that full amount to come into my business instead of me working toward it and getting it. But the thing was, as soon as I started working toward it to get it, the universe met me halfway. Suddenly my business started flourishing and then it made it really easy to do it. You're being told the same thing, Sagittarius. Move away from this wishful thinking, from the meditation, from the trying to live life just from the spiritual perspective. Get marrying the spiritual with the material. Start taking action. And then the universe will start will move toward you. Yeah. But this is saying get moving and actually take action in your life in the material plane. Get working on something, get doing something, actually take some action steps to get what it is that you want. Step 2 for your Sagittarius is romance and travel. Ooh. So, I'm not particularly picking up this is about relationships. Relationships could be involved with some of you, but this is more about romance, travel. When you think about romance and travel, what do you think? It's not about a relationship, is it? It's more about like going to Paris or going to some romantic place, and it's more about the feeling of the place, about the culture that's there, like a romantic lifestyle. That's what it is, and that's what this card is saying. This romantic lifestyle. This has come through in quite a few of my readings over the last few months. Is that especially in 2020, we're being called to remember who we really are. And when you were a kid, no doubt you will have resonated with a certain lifestyle or a certain place, and it will have just lit something up inside of you. Maybe you watched a movie or you saw a documentary about a certain place and you were just like, wow, yeah, that place, that lifestyle, that's me, I know that. And you had some recognition in your spirit about that, some romantic lifestyle somewhere else. It's a part of who you are, and you need to move toward that now. You need to claim that now. Yeah. And so I'm living a lot of that I had that recognition when I was a kid, and I'm living a lot of it now. And yeah, and I had to do that. Like, for me, it was, I used to watch Western movies, and when they had those like horse-drawn carriages things that they would live in, like a caravan thing, I would watch that and I'm like, that's me. That's me, someone that travels around in that thing, living in that thing, that's me. And of course, I didn't get a horse-drawn one, but I did get a van, and I started doing that. And then, of course, like, I've lived all over the world, and traveling and living different places and just being of that lifestyle. It's me. I'm a traveler. I'm like that. That's me. That's my romantic lifestyle. Now it's living in resorts, and that's something that I picked up in might be about 10 years ago. I'm like, oh, wouldn't it be amazing to live in resorts all the time? I'd quite like that. And now I do it all the time. For many years I have. And so there's pieces that you've picked up as well. There's a lifestyle that resonates with you. And you've just got to start living that now. Claim that now. It's not some retirement thing. Don't leave it for retirement. Step into it now. Because it's part of your life path. It's an integral part of your life path. So it's going to be individual to all of you, of course. But you should know. I mean, from what I've already said, you should be able to recognize what that is. For your step 2, step into that. Claim it. Start living it. Go there. Oh, look. Step 3, Sagittarius. Lovers, be vulnerable. Relationships are testing you, poking your wounds, triggering you. Of course they do, right? The people that are closest to us, they trigger us because they've got something that can help us. I'm feeling like, Sagittarius, you're being a bit, what's the word? It's like being in a relationship and somebody, and that your partner giving you an awareness about yourself, but then you turning around and saying you're judgmental, you're nagging me, you're kind of making it a wrongness about them instead of recognizing they're triggering you and that's something about yourself, right? Sure, they have a part in it too, but this is saying it makes you feel vulnerable to look at what it is inside of yourself that they are mirroring to you, that they're showing you, and you're looking at what it is in them, but you're not looking at what it is in yourself. So it's like you've got an awareness of your partner or lover. This could be past lovers too, or the kind that you usually get into a relationship with. You don't have to be in a relationship right now for this to apply to you. But there's a part of that that makes you feel vulnerable. And when you feel vulnerable, what do? Fight or flight. So you've got the fight going on. You might run away sometimes, but I'm feeling from this energy that you got the fight going on. You're saying, no, that's you. You're just projecting it onto me, but you're not seeing what that part is for you. And so you got to recognize that when you're being triggered, when they're poking that wound, that shows something about yourself. Because if it wasn't a wound, if it wasn't triggering you, you'd have no reaction to it at all. It would be like like me calling you a cardboard box. You'd be like, okay. Like there'd be no reaction. There'd be no reaction to that at all because you know you're not. But then if I say something to you like, so selfish, Sagittarius, then you might have a reaction to that. Yeah, you might defend yourself, you might fight me on that. Or you might run away from me. So that shows you that you've been vulnerable in that moment, and that's caused you to go in fight or flight mode. And so there's part of you that believes that it's a wound, it's a trigger, it is you. There's something in that for you, and this is what relationships are doing for you. And it could be that you could just keep on running away from these people. It could be like you get into a relationship and then they turn out to be one of those people that pokes your wounds again. Of course, they're going to poke your wounds. You've got a wound right there. They're going to poke it. And then so you run away from that relationship, you get into another one, Sagittarius. They do the same thing, they poke that wound. It's still there, it's still raw, it's still open. It's time for you to recognize this and become aware of it. That's your step 3. I wonder what step 4 and step 5 is. This seems to be leading you to a new life, like a new beginning, which is what a lot of signs have got at the moment. A new beginning coming up, and we're being steered toward that. So if this is resonating with you, then you're going to want to book in for that deeper dive read. I'll put a link for it up there. There's also a link in the description box below as well for this. Not on the website for this one. Yeah, to find out what your step 4 and step 5 is, and I'll go into these 3 steps as well, so you've got a recorded version of this so you can work through it as well. Sagittarius, if you like this reading, please hit a like and subscribe to my channel. Leave a comment. What did you get out of that? How does it resonate with you? Let me know what that romantic lifestyle is as well. I love hearing about stuff like that. And when you comment, guess how many cards are in here as well. You could win a private reading with me there. If you'd like to book in for a private Your Next Steps reading, then there'll be a link around about there to book in for that. So there you go, Sagittarius. Have an awesome weekend. I'll see you next time. Bye.